scenarios that happens when you start using your lapels, the person in your guard typically begins to get very confused. You have to look for signs of confusion. Number one, it's the bewildered look on the face where they start doing this. And when the head rotates, does this right here, you know you got them right where you want them because they're confused. They're thinking, what? Sometimes they even start doing this kind of stuff, okay? So whenever you, because typically, look, you're passing all that kind of stuff. You don't need to look down. But whenever you wrap a lapel and they do this and start looking, you got them right where you want them. Number one, okay? Number two, what happens is that they feel this tightness. They may start messing with your hands. So you have to make sure that you can rotate the grips, because if they're pulled the wrong way and they're trying to mess your grips, you have to understand one thing. They're not trying to pass your guard anymore. That's the beautiful thing about lapel grip, because they start looking how to not get swept, and that's really what they ultimately, it turns into. Them trying to not get swept, but they're not passing. And all you gotta do is just do your thing. You gotta be pushing, pulling, rotating, so you're constantly disbalancing. That's the key. You can't just sit there, okay? That's why you put that foot on the shoulder. If they take it off, you put it on the hip, and you constantly put them back so that they do this, okay? They do this, it's one thing, but sometimes they think, oh, I'm just gonna knee cut right across, but they get stuck because the lapel is here. So I'll show you what happens, because this is a very common scenario. I did the film today. Look, what's that? And yes, right there. You see how he does that? Okay? Two things that you can do. Number one, he's not gonna get past my leg right here. Okay, he's somewhat stuck, but now he's really off balance because I'm pulling this lapel, and he can't. Most of his weight's here. He can't even apply the right amount of pressure to cut through here. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here. I'm going to go through here and sweep him just like that, because he's so light. Because this knee is completely off the mat, and he's trying to drive it through, but it's a false corridor. Okay. And I did the same thing as the Squid Scissor. So look, got it? Look, they do this. Okay, I can block it, I can pull it. I can put my foot on his hip, kind of push him that way. Okay, so all I want to do this here, in all reality, if I can, lift my hip up and over. I don't care if I land it, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's fairly easy to pass, because you're not in danger. Unless they start elevating you and you just gotta stand top, okay? Huh? Yes, right there. Look. Right, yes?
Another question, what happens if you can't get your knee over his thigh?
You don't need to. Okay. All you need to do is get that left leg to hook the leg that's going through. Okay. If you can, it's even more ideal. If you can, it doesn't matter. Good question, Joe. Look. Okay. All I want to do is this.
So it doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Remember, it's very similar to this. Put your right foot up. Feel the healer. It's similar to the daily healer, just basic get it. Okay? Where you're hooking that leg. Alright? One more thing that happens here. When they do this, you know, Ernesto. So you know what I do here? I go through here and I lock my feet right here, literally in a figure four. His leg's stuck. And what I do is I lift and I fold them like a piece. Does that make sense? I know you guys are looking at me like, I don't know about this. Watch. Because he gets stuck. Pushes me through. I'm like, okay. Right here. Right there. I have this leg and I have this knee. Hold them like a fetus. Okay? Try either one. 1, 2, 3.